What's up, everybody? My name is CodeMonkeyKen, and welcome to my thoughts on Windows 10. Now, I've actually had the pleasure of using this operating system since it came out. I recently downgraded back to Windows 8.1, and I'll get to that a little bit later on in the video. But what I wanted to talk about today is some of the things that I like about Windows 10 and some of the things that I don't like about Windows 10 and that I think need to be resolved before they're able to really get this operating system kind of out and running for the public. So, first thing I wanted to talk about was Cortana, because that's the big thing that they're really rolling out with Windows 10 is the personal assistant, the Siri killer, something that I really feel like I didn't expect Windows to get to before Apple did. I really expected Apple to put Siri on OS X at some point, but apparently they haven't yet. So it's Windows actually beating them to the punch on something for once, which is kind of crazy. So at first glance, Cortana is pretty cool. She's down in the bottom left-hand corner, and you're sitting there and you're like, "Hey, Cortana," and she comes up, and you can say whatever you want. It doesn't always work depending on the microphone. Obviously, just with any personal assistant, it's not always perfect. If you have like an iPhone or a Windows phones, you've obviously had to deal with either Siri or Cortana in the past, and you'll know for firsthand that sometimes you'll talk into it and they'll be like, "Sorry, I didn't get that," and that tends to happen. It's pretty good. It works out pretty well. There seems to be an issue with the music function right now, like saying, "Hey, play, do you want to build a snowman," or something like that. Just a generic song, throw it out there, and it'll say, playing, blah, 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 blah. And sometimes it'll say, "Sorry, something went wrong. I can't play the song," even though it's on your computer and everything. Some of the kinks still need to be worked out. It's not perfect, so, I'll come out with further updates as that gets fixed and whatnot. I'm actually going to stick with 8.1 for the time being, and I'm going to get to that now. The reason I went back to 8.1 is because there are a lot of issues with Windows 10 right now for a lot of users. Most of it is for laptop users, I've noticed, which is a little bit odd, but one thing that I can say for sure is I had a friend who had Windows 10, and it was causing some huge issues with his audio drivers, and it literally caused, I'm not sure if Windows 10 was the direct culprit, but it caused his driver to malfunction, and it actually shorted out his, the connector for his speakers in the back. So he now has to use the top two on the top of his case now because the back one is broken. And I don't know if Windows 10 caused that or if there was just a mess up with his motherboard, but it was having problems with his drivers before that happened with Windows 10, and so he's now back at 8.1 as well. And there's that's one of the big issues. There have been plenty of problems with video game drivers. Oh man, problems galore. People talking about how there's incompatibility issues trying to play games and the drivers screwing up. You get 10 frames in a game you should be getting 70 in. And right now it's just, it's been a little bit of a roller coaster, and you can expect that with any new operating system release. I'm not, so against, if you want Windows 10, go ahead and get it. Go ahead and try it out. There's a little button at the bottom, or you can hit and go to your control panel, and you can go to a settings tab that'll allow you to downgrade back to Windows 8.1 or 7, depending on what you came from. If you're having an issue, that free upgrade is still going to be there. You're not going to lose it just because you go back to 8.1. If you want to go back to Windows 10 in the future, that's completely fine. I got to admit, though, Windows 10 is beautiful. Just the way that everything's set up, the start menu is super cool. I love how they've kind of incorporated the Windows tiles menu with the original start menu. It's really nice to see that and to see Windows and Microsoft kind of going back to that thought. Now that I'm done praising Windows 10 for some of the things that it does right, I'm going to get into something that it does wrong, very wrong, and they need to get rid of this now because it is really just ruining the experience for people who use Windows 10. Okay, so as far as I know, at least from the settings that I looked through, you can't disable Windows updates. Can't disable them. It's either you schedule them to go on a certain day, or you just have them set to do it the second they come out. There is no let me choose when I update option. And that's bad. Really bad. I have had numerous occasions where a NVIDIA driver has been messed up by a Windows driver coming out or a Windows update coming out and messing up my driver and causing my screen to black screen and ruining everything, and lots of hours of complete frustration and just anger. And, it's, not being able to keep your computer from updating is really bad. Like, really bad. Because that is something that really turns me off of Windows 10. Because, I mean, we have all experienced that Windows update that comes out and ruins something. And you just want to go back to the way it was before everything was ruined. And, of course, on Windows 10, you can't. You can't keep it from updating. And it's going to be a real big hassle if you're going to constantly have to go back and redo the, revert back to a previous version of Windows, that worked constantly every time you have an issue. And that's just not something that Microsoft should be doing. They really need to get in there and make it to where it's optional. I get it, they're trying to incorporate DRM and things like that, and this is just DRM done wrong. They have a policy in there that, now I'm kind of on the fence with this because in one hand, I don't like it when people pirate games that I think deserve the money, but I also I think that some games deserve to be pirated because they are either just, okay, that's kind of a subject I probably shouldn't get into too much, but what I can say is there is a program, or a thing that they have incorporated into Windows 10 that can detect pirated games and delete them off your computer. Like that. Now, I could see this being used by hackers real easily. First off, Windows 10 has a lot of backdoors because it's open to, they're basically little check marks when you first install Windows 10 that you gotta really read crap when you're installing it, because it'll tell you, will you allow us to use your information and things like that. And it's getting really out of hand because it leaves back doors open for hackers to come in. And what if a hacker got a hold of this program that Windows runs in the background and decided, you know what? All of your games are pirated. Boom, knocks them all out all at once. Just deletes all your games off your I almost said console. Man, that's like sacrilege to the PC Master Race. Sorry. What if you just deleted all the games off your computer? Or what if you used the program and manipulated it to delete other things off your computer? That's not really something you want to happen. I get it, DRM, I don't like pirating as much as the next guy. I just hope that this doesn't get out of hand to where your emulators and things are being deleted, because that's considered pirated material. I just think this could go very badly for Microsoft and Windows. Other than that, Windows 10 is pretty cool. If I had to put my recommendation to upgrade to it right now, I would say no, don't upgrade to it yet. Wait 3 to 4 months for them to work out some of the kinks. I realize they've been beta testing for a year, but you know how everything works. If you can beta test all you want, but the second it comes out, people are going to find crap wrong with it. So I would give it 3 to 4 months, let NVIDIA catch up, and then let Microsoft realize, we need to take some of these things out, or we need to fix certain things. And that ought to make it more liable to be upgraded to. And that's pretty much what I have to talk about on Windows 10, so make sure to put a like in the little box thing down below. Click that giant like button. That would be awesome for this video. Make sure to share this video with your friends. Let them look at it and watch it so people know more about Windows 10. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. That would be super cool. I'm going to be starting to upload more things like this in the future because I can't really do build videos right now, so I'm going to do just my own personal thoughts and opinions on certain things, and, just things with, I might do more build videos, but it might not be actually a computer I've built myself. It'll be something that I'm reviewing. And, just make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.